Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024 and welcome to episode 50 of the Neofly series. And because it is episode 50, we do have a bit of a special episode today. I was hiding under the wing of our iniBuilds A350-900 ULR because, as you can see, it was pouring with rain about 5 minutes ago, but that rain shower has moved quite swiftly over the airport and out in that direction, and now it's actually kind of clear on the side, so we probably don't need to hide under the wing anymore. I'm not entirely sure why the stairs haven't lined up with the actual door, but anyway, we are going to be flying for South African Airways. A bit of a charter, I guess. That's a awkward. Oh right, I'm using the no cabin version, which is why we have a bit of a hole there. Let's just not look that way. We are taking our A350-900 ULR version all the way from here at Cairns in Australia over to Durban King Shaka back in South Africa to finally head back to South Africa and check out some of our airline operations that side, which we haven't visited for a long time in the Neofly series. That's of course where we kicked off the Neofly series, was down in Durban, so we're heading back there and we can check out our operations around South Africa and eventually head up into Botswana, Zimbabwe, and then particularly back up to Tanzania, where we haven't been for quite a long time. But let's jump aboard and we can start getting everything ready to head out. So we're flying a charter for South African Airways. I'm going to be using Beyond ATC for the traffic, so you can see there was a Jetstar out there. It looks like the rain is starting to come down again. I don't think that's moving this way. Anyway, so Beyond ATC is doing our traffic and our virtual air traffic control. And then I have Active Sky doing the weather, and of course we are flying on Neofly, which will be doing the passengers as well, who we will need to feed and play movies for and give drinks and stuff to keep them happy. Okay, so I think first things first, I thought I closed you. Let's go in here and get our Simbrief flight plan. This is actually wrong, but it's not really the end of the world. Okay, let's import that. So we are going to be Springbok 1324 Heavy today. Okay, if we have a look at our OFP, so zero fuel weight today, 154.8 tons. We are expecting to fly for around 14 and a half hours. Our alternate is Maputo, 298 miles at 370. Final reserves 6.6, cost index 160. We have a total of 17 hours and 45 minutes of fuel on board. Tanks 101.4. Expecting to depart from here at Cairns runway 15 and landing runway 24 down in Durban, and just under an hour's flight time to our alternate of Maputo should we need to go there. Okay, let's do the load sheet, and then what I do need to do, I'm just going to do instant so we don't have to wait too long. What I do need to do now is just quickly set up the Neofly flight, so I'll be back in just a bit. Right, our passengers, there we go. I have, or are starting to board, I should say. It looks like the rain's moved away again. Okay, let's start getting things set up. So I've already got that in now. That can come on, that should be on, which it is. Those are, actually we can turn these on because we are done fielding, which means we can also flip on the seatbelt signs. That's set to on, we're on the external power, so we'll start up the APU just now. And we can continue with our setup. So we've got everything loaded up. Let's get that flight imported. Okay, so we'll check that cruise altitude. 36 sounds like it's raining again. No. We are initially starting at 36. Let's go here then. And we'll see what it gives us for our optimum. Right, departure. So we said runway 15. And do we have a set? It doesn't. Oh, we do. Number 1. Okay, so 15 and number 1. Now we can go ahead and insert that. Then let's come down here and sync that. Sync our weather. We'll do config 2. It's not the longest runway. Send that to our FMS from there. 47, 48, 56, flecting to 48. THS 29.6, and we are config 2. Maybe we should say runway wet just to be safe. Flexing 38, 33, 49, 59. So it's basically just brought this down because of the wet conditions, so we would have to abort earlier if we were going to. So that makes sense. Okay, let's come back to our OFP. It was 154 point something, 154.8. Then we would need to go here. So zero fuel weight CG 28. Then block fuel is 101.4. Number of packs on board 142. Right, and we are good to go. We've already done this. Okay, let's get the APU up and running. And I guess we can call for our clearance next. Okay, clearance is 128750. Delivery. Very good morning to you, Springbok 1324 Heavy, ready for IFR clearance to Durban King Sharker.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, cans delivery. Expect runway 15, non-1 departure. Squawk tree 441.
Expect runway 15, non-1 departure, squawk 3441, Springbok 1324 Heavy.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
121.7, Springbok 1324 Heavy. If I'd switch this on, so I mean that needs to be on auto, that needs to be on auto, that should be on standby, but that should be on. That should be on. That's fine. And then this we'll put on to TARA once we get to the runway. Sounds like someone else is... Oh, it's actually, no, it's not. It's our APU is just now up and running. Okay, QNH 1017 for us. And we need to go have a look at the charts. Okay, so first of all, let's just go... Oh, it doesn't automatically pin for us. So this is one we're gonna need, so we can pin that. And then departure, it'll be this one. Okay, 15, so we'll push to face this way, so west. Delta Charlie 1, shorter Bravo 2, backtrack runway 15. Or you'd backtrack 33 and then take off 15, so that's cool. Okay, do we have an initial altitude? Not really. As long as we're at 45 by Nonham, which is going to be easy.
All aircraft be advised, information Juliet now current. QNH 1018.
Okay, so this section we're max 190 knots. And that's in there, cool. Okay, so I guess we can just set 10,000 as our initial and they'll give us something on the climb. Right, and that's good. That's all set up, and then I think we are ready to go. Okay, chocks are done, so we'll call for the pushback once we are cleared. Cairns ground, good morning, Springbok 1324 Heavy, ready for push and start.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, Cairns ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Push and start approved, face north, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, it's a bit weird, they want us to face north. Oh, okay, I think I know. They are expecting us to do this and face that way, so wow, we can do that. Okay, let's release the parking brake. There comes the tug. That's all good. We do have clearance. And we can flip that on and let's start up engine 1. To guess when to swing nose. It'll be nose left, tail right. From our perspective. I mean, that line's very close, so maybe we should start doing that already. If that's not, there's the taxiway line there. So we kind of want to swing around back that way and facing up there. Let's do it. Okay, engine 1 is coming up nicely. Still lots of rain out that way. I think we turned a bit late. It might actually be okay. Okay, engine 2. if you can increase this angle. No. Okay, so we definitely turned late then. It's hardly turning at all.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
But on the, yeah, it's like I really thought it would turn sharper than that. Engines are stable, so let's arm this and we'll go flaps 2. This comes back to normal and we can shut down the APU. No other traffic early this morning, it seems. There's one Jetstar parked out there. Oh, there we go.
At gate 4, request pushback.
I wonder if it's that one, because there's a whole bunch more gates out in this direction behind us.
090, canned ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Let's
Pushback
see,
and
it
engine
looks
start
like the
approved.
light might be
Face
on.
north, Jetstar 090.
Okay, I think we can stop there. Parking brake set. Let's see, is it that one pushing back? I don't think so. I think it's a different one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it is that one. Right, taxi. That's all good. That should be on auto, which it was. That's all set. Okay, so signs on. So I guess they want these on as well. Interesting. Auto brake. RTO. Takeoff config. Test, but we don't have signs. Oh, they want all 3. Okay, there we go. And cabin, I'm still not entirely sure what triggers this. We'll see. It might just be a time thing, so I don't think we can do this until cabin's ready. Oh, right. And that we just need to do once we get closer. Right, where's Jetstar? Waiting to go. And ground Springbok 1324 Heavy, ready for taxi.
Jetstar 090, taxi for departure.
Jetstar 090, runway 15.
It's a bit sneaky to jump in there before me when I've already called.
Bravo 2.
Runway 15 taxi via Delta. Charlie 1, Bravo, Bravo 2.
So that's
Jetstar
coming down right in
090.
front of us and here. Hopefully we get clearance to go in front of him.
Springbok 1324 heavy.
Same thing.
Runway 15 taxi via Delta.
Okay, let's
Charlie
get
1,
moving.
Bravo, Bravo 2.
Runway 15 taxi via Delta, Charlie 1, Bravo, Bravo 2. Springbok 1324 Heavy. I hope it picks that up because I didn't have much of a space between some of those letters. Well, I haven't said anything, so it seems okay. Yeah, so we've actually kind of done most of this. Find it a bit annoying that it closes this every time. I wonder if I'm missing something. Okay, that's good. And we just need the cabin to be ready. Springbok 1324 Heavy holding short, runway 15, Bravo 2. It sounds like he's very close to us.
Ground Springbok 1324 Heavy. Contact tower when at runway hold point.
Contact the tower, Springbok 1324 Heavy, good day. Right, so tower is 1249. Tower, good morning, Springbok 1324 Heavy, runway 15, holding short, Bravo 2.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, Cairns Tower, wind 165 at 14, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 15, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, strobes, landing lights. We can do this as well now. So TARA. And that's all good. We're just waiting for cabin ready. There we go. So now... Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. We're waiting for cabin ready over there. It was a very short taxi, so... It does kind of make sense that it's not done yet. It's a fairly big cabin. I'm sure Jetstar wasn't particularly happy that we just made it out in front of them, because it means they're gonna have to wait a bit. And cabin's ready, so takeoff config, and that's green. Checklist complete. Okay, lineup. Cabin secure, takeoff runway. PACX 1 and 2 are staying on. Now I'm worried it does sound like Jetstar is following us. Some birds, that's a bit concerning. Jetstar's already turned around and is taking off. Didn't hear him get any clearance from tower though. Interesting. Or maybe he just took off from the intersection. Yeah, they shouldn't have cleared us for takeoff then if that was the case, but it's alright. Okay, we have him on the map as well. Right, here we go. Okay, man, Flex 38, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. There's 80. And there's 100.
1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. We recommend, however,
coming
that
up.
you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened at all times during the flight. If you are using a blanket, we kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt over your blanket so it is visible to the
And
cabin.
autopilot 1 on.
Our in-flight meal service will commence
And we're
shortly
into that
with
turn
lunch followed
straight
during
away.
the flight. Please refer to your personal menu
Maximum
cards for more
190 knots.
details.
We're good.
If there is anything that we can do to make the
Springbok
flight more
1324 Heavy.
feel free to let us
Contact
know.
Cairns departure 126.1.
And leave it climb. 126.1. Springbok 1324 Heavy. Good day. Okay, flaps 1. Cairns departure, very good morning to you. Springbok 1324 Heavy. Nonham 1. Passing 2,000 feet.
Springbok 1324 Heavy. Cairns departure. Identified. Climb to flight level 180.
On to flight level 180, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, let's disarm the ground spoilers. And we should start accelerating now. Taxi lights off. And let's go flaps 0. Didn't exactly make that turn perfectly. We're a little bit too big. Okay, let's go standard. We're cleared to a flight level. And there is where we just took off from. Actually hear where that Jetstar was going. There he is in front of us. No, that must be another aircraft. 1,500 feet below us. They shouldn't be still below us. That must be a different aircraft, possibly coming in as we head into the clouds. And they're not climbing or descending. That's a different aircraft. Possibly even something small. Okay, 6,500 coming up. Right, he's no longer on the display, so no factor. It's a little bit cold in the cabin. Oh, that's probably why. 10,000 feet. That's better. 23 in the cockpit, 22 in the cabin. On 9,000 feet. So out of the clouds now. And that is us now powering our way out of Australia. We're going to be heading right across Australia and then all the way over and landing on the coast in South Africa. Yeah, there's 10,000. So landing lights off. Need to be cleared up to our cruise altitude. Let's ho FMS. Okay, optimum flight level of 3.5, max of 3.6. So we are now just going to be able to go up to 3.60. Accelerating up to, it's at about 328. So we're not climbing super fast at the moment. There's quite a bit of rain under those clouds in front of us. We're still with departure here. We should be handed over to center shortly. There we are, reaching our target speed, so our vertical speed can come up now. At 12,500 feet. Now look at the rain down there. Not exactly shooting up like a rocket, 1,400 feet a minute. We are fairly heavy. Yeah, let's see what the weather in Durban looks like. It'll be the middle of the night there. And so currently 22 degrees, wind 170 at 7. And clear skies. There's some scattered showers southwest of Durban. So let's see, we're going to be there in about 14 and a half hours.
Springbok 1324 Heavy. Contact Brisbane Centre 123.8. Have a good morning.
123.8, good day, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, hopefully they clear us all the way up to 360. Brisbane Centre, good morning, Springbok 1324 Heavy, passing flight level 160, climbing flight level 180.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, Brisbane Centre, identified. Climb to flight level 360.
Perfect. Climb to flight level 360, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Right, there we go, all the way up to our cruise altitude. So, Durban weather forecast in 14 hours. Clouds broken at 2,500, wind 220 at 5. There's scattered showers all around the area, so that could easily change in the next 14 hours. But anyway, all that's left for us to do for now is to cruise along for the next 14 hours. So I will see you tomorrow when we prep for our descent into Durban King Shaka. Alright, welcome back. And if we have a look down here, you can see we just 8 minutes ago crossed the 14 hours of flight time mark, and we're about probably 70 miles from our top of descent. And if we go back to our OFP, so we're expecting runway 24 with the ITMO 1 Alpha, but I've programmed the arrival in. Where's the... There it is. Oh, 1 Bravo. So ITMO 1 Bravo. So we go in over Richards Bay actually. By then we'll already be descending, so we're expecting to cross Richards Bay by level 176. And then it takes us pretty much straight down the coast and into runway 24. So that's pretty cool. However, the weather at Durban, remember last night when we left and I said, well, the weather's super clear, but 14 hours is a long time for things to change? Well, they have changed. So King Shaka is reporting wind variable at 6 knots, temperature 17 degrees. That's pretty chilled.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, contact Johannesburg Control East 119.9.
119.9, Springbok 1324 Heavy, good day.
Negative, Johannesburg Control East on 119.9.
119.9, Springbok 1324 Heavy.
Negative, Johannesburg Control East on 119.9.
Contact Johannesburg Control, East 119.9, Springbok 132 Heavy.
Johannesburg Control, good morning, Springbok 1324 Heavy, flight level 380. Oh, it's actually afternoon now. It's significantly afternoon, it's almost 2 o'clock.
Springbok 1324 Heavy. Johannesburg Control East. Identified.
Okay, I mean, if you look out the window, you can maybe almost start seeing what I'm about to talk about. Right, so rain, it's light rain, and we have broken clouds at 1,000 feet, but visibility is down to 3.7 statute miles, 6 kilometers. So it has changed quite significantly, and the only other concern is that it's forecast to get worse. So right now it says broken clouds at 1,000 feet, but within the next probably hour or so, we're looking at overcast at 1,000 feet. So that could get interesting. It's nothing we shouldn't be able to handle, but definitely not bright, sunny and clear like it was when we left. Maybe not sunny because it was night, but it was certainly totally clear. Right, let's come over here and get our charts. Okay, so I probably want to go in here and just unpin these. And then airport chart. Right, so we're landing 2-4. So we'll see if we can exit at Golf, and then that'll give us Golf Alpha Fox, and we come in on Charlie apron. There's only 3 stands there. I think it's 3 or 4. So we come in on that side, so that's pretty chilled. And in fact, we can look here. So there's a couple, but there's technically, I guess, Charlie 2 and 5 are the big ones. Right, we don't really need this chart. That's pretty chilled. Then let's go. Arrival is ITML 1 Bravo, so we can pin that. And this is already programmed in. So ITML 250 and down to 210, 180 and max 150. So we need to manage those speeds. Okay, so ITML 250, then 210. And then I think we're going to have to just keep an eye on those speeds ourselves as well. So that's cool. And then they haven't said, so we'll be ILS for 24. We have Zulu and we have Yankee. I think I put Yankee in.
Johannesburg Control East. Expect ITML 1 Bravo, runway 24.
Expect ITML 1 Bravo, runway 24, Springbok 1324 heavy. So we'll see which ILS they actually give us. So let's have a look. Yankee gives us intercept 3000 and minimums of 501. And Zulu gives us intercept 3000, 501. So we can actually program that in. That doesn't matter too much. So that's cool. Right, let's put in our info. So wind is reporting 150 at 6. Outside temperature 17, which is pretty chilly considering it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's not quite summer, but up here in Joburg right now it is pretty hot. So 17 is pretty cold for today. Okay, QNH is 1024. And then our barrow minimums 501. Full flaps, approach speed 128. Transition is 055. Right, we're ready for descent. Springbok 1324 heavy, ready for descent.
Springbok 1324 heavy, ITML 1 Bravo, runway 24, descend to flight level 080.
ITML 1 Bravo, runway 24, descend to flight level 080, Springbok 1324 heavy. Alright, then the other thing we need to do is just go and set up our BTV. So we do have 2.4, and our dry braking is all the way down here, so we can definitely make golf. Right, so we have golf set, BTV armed. We're just waiting to find out which ILS approach they give us. I think... Does it also have RNAV approaches? There's an RNAV 06, so there's probably a 2.4, yeah, and there's a VOR as well. Sometimes Beyond ATC likes to give you RNAV approaches, but we'll ask for the ILS if that is the case. Last time I came into Durban with Beyond ATC was actually in the Fenix A320. They gave us the RNAV for 06. So yeah, we'll just make sure we're on the ILS. We are on our vertical profile, so expecting to cross Richards Bay at about 17,500 feet. And ILS frequency is set 109.70. Course 242. Cleared down to 080, and we're expecting to be cleared to intercept the ILS at 3,000 feet. Okay, 290. There's definitely some rain down there. Just looking over here on our vertical profile, it says 150, so that looks pretty good. That lonely Safari 320, they were handed over to Durban Approach from center, so they were going into King Sharka there. actually work? It does. Coming up to 22,000. Probably gonna have to put the seatbelt signs on before we enter that stuff, because it looks like it might be pretty nasty. So yeah, I think we'll get the seatbelt signs on a little earlier than usual. Okay, 20,000 feet. Should start making that left-hand turn shortly. Okay, let's get the seatbelt signs on. Okay, updated meta from Active Sky, and the visibility's gone down to 1.2, 2,000 meters. So it was at 6,000, it's now at 2,000, and it's overcast at 1,200, and the rain has increased. It's now moderate, so it is definitely getting worse. I always think when you fly this approach, if you're on the beach in like Belito or something, or in any of the like resorts or hotels or anything along the coastline there, this side of King Shark, you get quite a cool view of the airplanes coming in on approach, but I don't think anyone is going to be sitting on the beach if that's the weather. And you probably won't even be able to see us because we'll be in the clouds. Okay, 250 knots at the next waypoint. And then 210 at the next one, above 5,600. That's us decelerating. It doesn't mention thunderstorms anywhere, but I still think we might be tossed around a bit in these clouds. to 50 knots. I've found this quite often with the A350, is the speed will drop all the way down and then it'll pump the engines like that. And it's probably going to do it a few times, yeah. Okay, coming up to 12.5. Next waypoint is 210, and it doesn't look like it's got the speed restrictions in after that, so we'll do that ourselves. So it's 180 after that. Oh, until max 180 until 10 DME.
For heavy, contact Durban approach 125.75.
125.75, Springbok 3224 heavy, good day. Approach, good afternoon, Springbok 1324 heavy, passing flight level 115, descending flight level 080, ITML 1 Bravo, runway 24.
Springbok 1324 heavy Durban approach, QNH 1024, expect the honor of runway 24 with the
N2
transition.
Springbok 1324 heavy, we'd like to request the ILS for runway 24, please. I don't know if that's going to work. We might have to just accept this and then ask.
Negative, QNH 1024.
QNH 1024, Springbok 1324 heavy. Springbok 1324 heavy, we'd like to request the ILS Yankee for runway 24, please.
Springbok 1324 heavy, unable runway change at this time.
Okay, let me just try it through the menu.
Springbok 1324 heavy, request approach change.
Springbok 1324 heavy, roger, say approach.
There we go.
Request ILS Yankee runway 24, Springbok 1324 heavy.
Springbok 1324 heavy, confirm you approach ILS Yankee runway 24.
Affirmative, Springbok 1324 heavy.
Springbok 1324 heavy Durban approach, QNH 1024, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 24.
QNH 1024, inspect radar vectors for the ILS Yankee runway 24, Springbok 1324 heavy. Okay, we should start slowing down here, so let's go flaps 1. Look at that yellow now. Okay, max 180 until 10. max 150 until 4. Once we're on the localizer, the max we can do is 180. Okay, cool. Ooh, they need to clear us down here. Approach Springbok 1324 Heavy, request altitude change 3,000 feet.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1024.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1024, Springbok 1324 Heavy. That wasn't actually part of our thing. Springbok 1324 Heavy.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, you broke up. Say again, altitude.
Cancel altitude change, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, localizer's alive. I need to stop messing with ATC, it's distracting.
1324 Heavy, roger. Altitude change request cancelled.
Okay, it's asking us for some drag here. Safar just took off.
Safar 273, Durban departure. Good day. Identified. Climb to flight level 160. Climb to flight level 160, Safar 273.
Okay, let's arm the localizer and bring the speed down to 180.
1324 Heavy, Leveler 2N2 heading 245. Expect radar vectors Phi LS Yankee runway 24.
Leave November 2 heading 245 and radar vectors Phi LS Yankee runway 24. Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, that's basically what our route is doing already anyway, so... Oh, they haven't actually cleared us for the ILS, but he should do it like now.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, turn left, heading 245, vectors for the approach.
Left heading 245, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, let's go flaps 2.
Negative, turn left, heading
come on.
245.
Heading 245, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Glide slopes alive. Already on the localizer.
Springbok 1324 Heavy, descend to 3,000 feet.
Thank you, that's nice. Descend to 3,000 feet, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, we're 180 on the localizer. He just needs to clear us to actually intercept it now. And we are 19 miles, so we can do 180 until 10, then we're down to 150. QNH is set. We are 1 dot below glide slope, so that's perfect. Spoilers armed, lights are done. So we're just waiting for clearance to intercept the ILS. There is the rain. That's pretty significant rain.
Springbok 1324 heavy, 3 miles from CF24Y, fly present heading, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS Yankee runway 24.
Maintain 3,000 until established, cleared for the ILS Yankee runway 24, Springbok 1324 heavy. Okay, 13 miles. Approach is armed, and we have localizer. We're about to intercept the glide slope now. Springbok 1324 heavy, ILS 24 established.
Springbok 1324 heavy, affirmative.
Okay, we're coming up to 10, so let's slow down to 150.
Springbok 1324 heavy, contact King Shaka Tower 118.45, have a good day.
118.45, Springbok 1324 heavy, good day. Looks kind of weird. King Shaka Tower, good afternoon. Springbok 1324 heavy, ILS Yankee runway 24.
2,500.
Right, let's get the gear down.
1324 heavy, King Shaka Tower, wind 205 at 6, runway 24 cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 24, Springbok 1324 heavy. Okay, gears coming down. We'll go flaps 3. Still don't know if I have to do this or not. And we can go flaps full as well. 7 miles. Didn't actually check the missed approach. I think it's 4-5. 3-4. Okay, 1,000 feet, so we should be breaking out of the clouds shortly. There we go. There's the highway. And I can see runway lights ahead. $500. 400. 300. 100 above.
100. Minimum
Continue.
100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5,
Nice landing, pilot. Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Right, that was pretty intense.
Springbok 1324 Heavy. Exit next available taxiway.
Next available taxiway, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Sure, look at that weather. Welcome to Durban King Sharker. We left rainy Australia for rainy Durban. I don't know how to get rid of this menu. I think
Springbok 1324
Oh,
Heavy.
it's working.
Contact ground 121.65. Have a good day.
121.65, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Good day. Durban Ground, good afternoon. Springbok 1324 Heavy. Request taxi to Charlie 2.
Springbok 1324 Heavy. Welcome to King Shaka Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Gate Charlie 2 for Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, let's spoilers,
Springbok 1324
flaps.
Heavy. Gate Charlie 2 taxi via Golf. Alpha, November, Bravo, Foxtrot.
Gate Charlie 2, taxi via Golf, Alpha, November, Bravo, Foxtrot, Springbok 1324 Heavy. Okay, we're not going to go via Bravo, November. It gets a bit confused with this add-on scenery. So we're going to go Alpha, Fox. Well, Golf, which we just came off. Golf, Alpha, Fox. And there is an aircraft. Is that a SA? It looks quite big, that aircraft. Is it like a... looks like Turkish Airways tail. Well, we'll see when we go past it now. Oh, maybe we won't even see it. What's going on? I can't click on these screens. There we go. That is Turkish Airways. This is probably an A330 then. A330-300 it looks like. going to the other side. There's some SAF airs down there, which is to be expected. Is that a 300 or is that a 200? Might actually be a 200. Okay, no Emirates 777s on the side or anything like that. Nope, just us. So Charlie 2 is the middle of the further gate. Right, let's do this off. Parking brake set. Now we can shut down 1 and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. Also remember that smoking is only permitted in designated areas of the airport. You may now use your mobile and electronic devices if you wish to do so. Thank you and good afternoon.
Okay, we're going to go onto the GPU and we can shut down the APU actually. We have a jetway, so doors open, that's good.
Transporter from dispatch. Disembarkation completed. Thank you. See you soon for another mission.
Right, and there we have it.
Let's get out of here.
the no cabin version. Right, safely arrived in Durban, South Africa. That approach got pretty intense, and we were fairly close to minimums. I think it was about 500 feet radio. I could just barely make out the runway lights, but then by the time we got to our actual minimums, I could see the runway just fine. But very different weather to what we expected when we left last night. But a cool 14-hour, 40-minute flight, something like that. Let's actually check. 14:42, yeah. And now we're back in the town where we kicked off the Neofly series, and we'll be doing some flights around this area. So That's going to bring us to the end of this video. As always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to follow along with the series, you know what to do down below, and hopefully I see you in the next one.